June 29th, 2022, first day of Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, Maaser class, part 5. As we've been doing, we're talking about which profits fall under the obligation of Maaser, and we'll continue with that today. ניכויי מס הכנסה, ביטוח לאומי, מס קנייה, מכס, מס עסק וכיוצא בהם, מסים המוטלים על העסק רשאי לנכותם מחשבון הרווח הכללי, ומהמותר יפריש מעשר. והוא הדין למלווה ביטחון. אולם כשיחזירו לו המלווה יפריש ממנה, אבל אין לפרוע המסים ממעשר. So when calculating the 1/10 of the salary, the net wage and not the gross wage on the salary stub is the figure to deal with. Again, we look at the net and not the gross. Therefore, Social Security deductions, income taxes, any other things that you may have as a deduction because of taxes that have been placed on you by federal government, state government, city government, etc., they're not part of the final sum. Sales taxes, customs, other business-related levies may also all be written off as losses against the total profit. These deductible taxes, though, cannot be paid for by the separated 10%, by the ma'aser. You cannot use ma'aser to pay these taxes, because this ma'aser money is technically sanctified, if you will, for charitable use. If there is such a thing like in Israel, an obligatory government defense tax, okay, or a defense loan, the government will extract a fee, which they call a loan for government defense. It can be deducted, but they do eventually pay it back, and when they pay it back, then you have to separate 10% from that. Again, it's not something that affects us here in the United States, but in Israel, it's something that is very commonplace. הוצאות ביתו, ובכלל זה מס קופת חולים, ארנונה המוטלת על הבית, עוזרת וכיוצא בהם, והוצאות אשתו ובניו שחייב לתזונם, אינו רשאי לנכות בחשבון הרווח הכללי. So, various municipal taxes, garbage collection, sewage maintenance, road repairs, health insurance payments, maid service, family food costs may not be deducted from the total income. They must be paid for by the 90% net that you get to keep. And then you pay your expenses, your bills, whatever it is, from that 90%. Next halacha. הוצאות לקניית מזוות שחייב בהם. Listen carefully, because it's something most people make mistakes with. הוצאות לקניות מזוות שחייב בהם, כגון טלה, תפילין, מזוזה, סוכה, אתרוג, יין לקידוש, מתנות לאביונים וכיוצא בהם, אין הוא רשאי לנכות מהרווח הכללי, וכל שכן שלא יוציאם מכספי המעשר. אולם למזווה שאין חייב בה, כגון לשלם בכדי לקבל צדקאות, אם לא הייתה יכולת בידו לקיום מצווה זו בלא מעשר, יכול לתת מהמעשר. מזוות, what we refer to as mizvot, such as the purchase and wearing of a talet, a tefillin, the purchase of a mezuzah, a sukkah, an etrog, wine for kiddush, for Shabbat, holidays, Havdalah, whatever, what have you. Matanot ebionim, gifts for the poor, for Purim, may not be reduced from the total prior to the separation, nor can they be paid for from that ma'asir, that 10%. Okay? It's only once you have taken the net, separated the ma'asir, now you have your remaining net 90% for yourself, you can actually use your very own money to pay for these mizvot. Okay, you can never use ma'aseh to pay for those mizvot. But for paying for a non-mandatory mitzvah. What do we mean by a non-mandatory mitzvah? So we know the person who sits at the chair at the Brit Milah is called the sandak. There are places where this honor of being the sandak is sold. Many times it's a poor family that had a baby and they need money, so they sell off the honor of being the sandak. Okay, now a person wants to be a sandak. It's an opportunity. It's a mitzvah, if you will. So this is a non-obligatory mitzvah, and if you would wish to purchase that honor of being the sandak, the guy who sits in the chair, you can use ma'aser money to pay for that. Okay, if you would be unable otherwise to pay for it with your regular money, your other 90% money. Okay, so that's something that's a non-obligatory mitzvah. Final halakha today. הוצאת מזונות בניו ובנותיו בגיל למעלה משש שנים רשאי להוסיף המעשה לאחר שיפריש ודווקא אם מצבו דחוק הרבה. Again, listen very, very carefully to this one. If a person is in severe financial straits, the food costs for his children that are over 6 years of age can be paid for from the ma'aser money. Okay, they have to be over 6. He has to be in dire financial straits. They have to be his own children. And we're talking about food only. Regarding tuition, I know a lot of you want to know about that. That's going to be in a future class. Okay, let's hope that nobody has to be in such a situation. And hopefully, once again, we have very profitable days so we could give lots of money for worthy causes. Chodesh Tov Borach.